Hello and welcome to Excel CRM Template. With this template, you can easily maintain your CRM works in this Excel template. In this video, we're going to see what it does and also how to operate as well. You can input your settings to make it more dynamic. You may use the Gantt chart to create a simple business track. You can create a customer database to keep track of your customers and also to avoid input repetition. You can create your task, also input your interaction logs, create invoices, see your tasks under filters and date filters on a pipeline. You can make Salesman analysis, and also finally you can make your task analysis as well. So let's start with the settings. Write your worker's name and then the stages of your processes. You can also input the product and services you supply, and then input your priorities as well. You can change the names, but please do not change the meanings. That this should be very important and this should be the least important. If you have more customer segmentation, you can input it like this. And later on, select what is the overdue logic. The overdue logic, when it is manual, when you create a task in here, you select if the task is overdue or not by yourself by inputting yes or no into this section. However, if you choose when today passes or equal to due date, on the task database, when this option is selected, the overdue column is painted on gray, which means that this section will not be operated in any of the formulas due to logic. It is going to look at today's date and later on check the due date, and unless it is close, it is going to take it as overdue. Once you create your settings, it is not necessary, but in the Gantt chart you can easily create a Gantt chart. All you have to do is create a task, maybe input the task owner, and then add the start date. Input the end date. And once you do that, the work days will be calculated automatically. You can also input the progress and also set the color as well. You can also use this section to display the week, or you can simply go to that date easily. If there are holidays that you would like to exclude from the work days, you can simply go to holidays or excluded holidays section to create new holidays to calculate the work days much more accurately. To use the CRM template, start with a customer database. Write your customer names, their type if they do have, the lead source, the customer segment. All these parts are optional and just for you to analysis later. There are invoice billing columns and also other optional columns to communicate them later. Once you're done, go to task database to create new databases. So, input your task. Just because we entered our customer information in the customer database section, we can select them from the drop-down list. Write other properties. Select the products or services. the person, the stage, the other stage, the priority, and just because we selected manual, we also have to define if it is manual or not. If we selected when today passed or equal to due date, we didn't have to do that. Later on, define your start date, the finish date later, and the due date. If the finish date is also further than the due date, on the other option, it is also going to be counted as overdue. So once you're done with this section, interaction log is an optional sheet that you can track your interactions with the customers. The invoice sheet will help you to create invoices by selecting the customer, so the addresses could adjust themselves according to the companies, and then you can set the invoice properties, and also by entering the total values you can see the total value in this section automatically. All you have to do is write the item, the quantity, the unit, and the unit price. Once you give these information to the template, the total is going to be calculated automatically. If you do have other expenses, you can add, and the subtotal will be adjusted according to that. If you have discount, you can apply and change the VAT, and then we'll be able to see the total tax and the total automatically. If you would like to remove the discount and the VAT, you can just simply choose hide discount and hide VAT from the drop-down lists. On the pipeline section, you will be able to see your tasks under each status. You can swap the places of the processes by selecting them from the drop-down list. You can filter under overdue stage status, priority, by person or customer name. All you have to do is select the proper filter. And if you would like to have a date filter as well, you can just input the start date and the end date. But if you would like to see all the tasks and avoid the time filter, all you have to do is delete the dates. Please be careful, do not forget to refresh the template if you adjust the dates. Now we can just remove the filters to see every tasks, and here it is. You do not have to refresh the page if you just play with the filters. The refresh section only is needed when you play with the dates. You can also search it by finish date and also start date as well. You can add more stages by clicking here, and then you will see the results. If you will need more than 6 stages, you can press on the plus sign to get additional rows so that you can add new stages. On the Salesman analysis, Just because we entered our tasks in task database, we can see our salesman performance in this section. Just like in the other section, we can play with the filters. Or we can just look for a time period. Just be careful to refresh the template when you put due date filters. And lastly, on task analysis, you can analyze it on tasks, where you can see lead source ratio, total stage amounts, total status amounts, and total tasks per customers. Just like in the other section, you can play with the filters to see specific results, and also add date filters and then refresh it and then see specific results according to that. I hope the video was informative, and thanks for watching.